Mr. Brock, you were arrested and charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you had court on
I missed because of school. I just forgot to
last Friday. Why did you miss court?
the school, and it just slipped my mind.
How old are you, sir?
17.
Hey. How'd you get here?
I drove.
Okay. You're charged with tampering. You're facing up to a year. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers initiated a traffic stop, observing the defendant's vehicle run a stop sign in Harris County, Texas. The officer asked for the defendant's driver's license, and the defendant provided it to the officer. When the officer went to verify the driver's license, the number came back to a Leslie Salazar. The defendant admitted to the officer that his driver's license was fake. The defendant then provided his legitimate driver's license to the officer.
Why? Don't say anything. Do you have any indication? I mean,
I'm not entirely sure, Judge. I don't know if it was like a mistake or to hand over the person.
no, fake ID, I see. Did they take it? Do you know if they confiscated that license?
I believe they did. They have a photo of it that the officers took.
Well, she's taking. Mr. Brock, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
I'm assuming so, or in my mom's name.
Don't assume anything. Never assume anything in life, because if you get into a wreck and you kill a 5-year-old kid, they don't care whether you make assumptions or not. The only question is whether you do or not. And if you don't, then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond.
Yes, it was taken.
Wonderful. I am making it a condition of your bond that you're not to have any fake IDs, fake licenses, or anything of this nature. And if I find that you're using that, or you're trying to get booze, you're trying to get illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
Life is really going to suck. At 17, you going into jail. Let me tell you what kind of field day the people in custody will have with you. Do you have any clue what they will do to you in custody? Take a guess. Imagine your worst nightmare. It's worse. Get my drift? If I drug test you today, what are you going to test positive for? And beware that you're going to get tested. Anything else? I'm sending you for a test. You're to go test and you're to come right back. If you fail to go test, if you fail to come back, I will put you in jail and I will revoke your bond. Do you understand? I will appoint you a lawyer today. We will talk about that when you get back, but I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and we'll go from there. What are you doing now with your life? Are you in high school?
Sir.
Okay. Senior, junior?
Senior at Memorial.
Okay. What's going next? What's happening next?
College, UT, or LSU.
You sure? Okay. Let's see. You've got to understand, this is not a good start to your college career. This is, in fact, about one of the worst things that you can do, because all career services, all schools, they're going to look at this. And this can really impact you for the next 40 years of your life. So go take a test, come back, and then we'll talk further, okay?
That were you stating, Your Honor?
Oh. Have you played Monopoly before? Okay. In Monopoly, you get a get out of jail free card. This is the only one that you're going to get from me. If you ever miss court again, if you ever fail to come when you're supposed to, I will issue a warrant, and I will keep the warrant, and I will lock you up.
Sir.
Do you understand? No more get out of jail free cards.
Fake IDs or licenses for confirmation.
Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna.
All right,
Yeah.
Judge, the next
Oh,
arraignment-
what? Did you think that you were coming to the beach today in shorts?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I completely wasn't using my head.
You know, when my kids tell me sorry,
It's my first time in court. I'm sorry.
it's a court. You know, in court, you're supposed to dress a certain way. This isn't the circus, man. You know, you continue to say sorry for things. At some point, Your sorry will go in this ear and will go out that ear. Do you understand?
Sir.
Everything you're doing here, I'm going to mark it and we will know it. So that if you come in here and try to play this game again, I will put you on my knee like a little child and I'm going to spank you like a little child, but I will do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm making your bond conditions severe. I want you to understand no more fake IDs, no alcohol,
Situation again, promise.
no illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you. I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive for marijuana again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, and I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and praying to Allah that it wasn't this. I don't care. You will go into custody. You are on notice now. Forewarned is fair warned. Do you understand?
Sir.
All you have to do is stay in school, graduate, don't use.
I know.
Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay, we've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Jillian, and she will tell you when you have to come back to court. If you test positive, or I'm sorry, negative, at that point, we'll just give you a normal reset, but you are still under bond conditions not to use.
Sir.
Because they can call you in at any time to come test.
Sir.
Understand?
Sir.
Okay? All right, Jillian, thanks. That's it. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with, please spit the gum out. Do you have a trash that she can spit it so you're not smacking like? Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers observed the defendant driving without lights on at night. Officers used the intercom to tell the defendant to turn her lights on. The defendant pulled over into a parking lot. Officer approached defendant to ask why she did not have her lights on and observed strong odor of alcoholic beverage. Officer detained the defendant and placed her in the back of the patrol vehicle to wait for a secondary unit to assist. When officers returned to the patrol vehicle with backup, defendant had slipped out of one handcuff, and while officer attempted to place her back into handcuffs, defendant bit one officer and kicked the other. Defendant was taken to JPC and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
They didn't, I guess because of that, they didn't do any field sobriety tests on the scene. They didn't do any at the station, I guess, either.
Right, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Barrows, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're using alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license, ma'am?
No, sir.
Then you're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond as well, and you're going to sign with me today a promise. This is an affidavit that you're going to sign that you're not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason, and I don't care what your excuse is. If you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, show us that you have this, and then I'll happily take this restriction off. But until that point, if I find that you drive, I'm going to go nuts on the bond. Do you understand? Okay. So you have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stand to us, Mr. Brooker, and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls or text messages, likewise, I'll issue a warrant. No more PR bonds.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not to drive. We'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. You'll meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Step over here. Thank you, State.
Thank you.
John, come on up. He did re-enroll in school, Judge, as instructed.
So are you appointed or are you retained in this case? Is mom here as well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Come up, mom. You can come up.
Judge, for Barrows, did we have any special bond conditions for his trial?
Same as normal with the DWI. And then she's here in shorts, man. I'm going to talk to her here in a second.
I'll speak with the judge.
No more marijuana. Do you understand? I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. You got to understand, your mom probably doesn't have a lot of money as it is. Every time you go to jail, it's going to cost her money to get you out when she could be feeding and using that for rent. Do you understand? You were also to stay in school, not hang out with the people that you were in this car. No associating with the co-defendants in this case. No weapons. Stay in school. Do you understand? We've now given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to give you any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Okay. Anything that you'd like to add? Do you need anything? Because I don't know how he is when he's at home with you. Does he act up? Does he help you out?
Yes, he helps me out. He does side jobs at home. Recently, I was able to get him enrolled back into his homeschooling program, so he's actively working on it.
Okay, I'm going to want proof that he's actually enrolled in school and actually doing well.
You can provide it. It's online.
Great. And I'm also giving him a curfew because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. You're getting a curfew at 10 p.m. and I'm putting a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not out. Do you understand?
Sure.
Don't act a fool. You start being a danger in the free world, I will take the free world away from you in a second. My only concern is public safety. And when you're in a stolen car with a bunch of other people with stolen guns and everything, that's not a good look. All you're going to do is end up with a number on your back, perpetually in and out of jail, never amounting to anything. That's not a good way to go through life. Life is a journey. It can be a great journey where it's filled with love, fun, vacations, nice cars, or it can be a miserable, rotten toilet of an existence where you never have any money. You argue with everyone about everything because you ain't got no money. You got no education to be able to support yourself. That's not a good way. That you don't go through life like that. And it starts now at 17. You understand, Mr. Melendez? You won't get any more warnings from me. Straighten up and fly right. You stay with me. Okay, guys, thanks.
Thank you.
We will pay for everything for you, so it shouldn't be a dime out of your pocket, okay? All right, Mom, thanks.
Yes, I need.
Are you Samantha Walker? Ms. Walker, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 4th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a family disturbance call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, a 15-year-old, stated that the defendant, her mother, assaulted her after they got into a verbal argument. The complainant stated the defendant displayed verbally aggressive behavior towards her, grabbed a hold of the complainant's left wrist, and said, "If you come near me, I'll beat your ass," and began to engage in a physical altercation with the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, using both open hands, placed the complainant in a headlock and the complainant felt pain. Both law enforcement and CPS records indicate a history of physical altercations and verbal altercations between the complainant and the defendant, and the officer observed video footage showing the defendant acting as the primary aggressor towards the complainant and observed a minor injury cut on the complainant's left arm.
So we have prior violence, any prior charges?
There's no prior
Any,
charges,
no
Your Honor.
prior injury to a child, felony charges?
No, Your Honor.
Child means 14 years or younger. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case.
No, Your Honor,
Don't. Now's not the time, ma'am. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're going to use it against you. Guys, what do we do about contact? You know? Yeah, well, so Michael, I need your help. You know, this is a 15-year-old child. We have a history of violence allegedly between mom and daughter.
Yes, Judge.
Now we have an assault case against a 15-year-old. And according to what Alex says, there's a history of it. It's unacceptable.
Judge.
Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
I'll be retaining a lawyer, but there's no history of violence between us.
You're calling for a walker?
Yes.
Which walker?
Walker.
It's in custody.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So, what my plan was, and I already spoke to my people about this, is we were going to check the offense report to see where the child was taken. Were they taken to CPS custody, state custody? Was there some other guardian? Once we're aware of where the child is, we are going to be asking for a no contact order to be granted based off of the allegations of the history.
What about now? Is there something that we can do now as far as finding out where the child is?
Well,
you know?
we're going to call CPS today and see if they're in state custody. The offense report also might indicate where it is. If not, we can call the officer and they should know.
Yeah, I'd like to, because I think it's serious. I mean, if we have a history of violence, I don't want that to happen anymore. I know that you're telling me no, but I have other people that are telling me differently.
I've never.
Okay, well, ma'am, don't. Now's not the time. But my primary concern is the protection of every single person in Harris County, bar none. That's it. Especially if it's a child. And
I'm not a threat to my child, I promise you.
You are now charged with assault, ma'am, on that 15-year-old child.
I never assault.
Stop. Now's not the time. I'm just trying to tell you, if I find that there is a history of violence with the child, I'm going to order you not to have contact with this child.
I understand.
As it stands now,
but I promise there's no
I'm
history
entering
of
in
violence.
called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies EJ as a protected individual. You
I
cannot.
have to take her to appointments and stuff like that.
Please listen. Okay, I know that you're trying to think of stuff to say,
No,
but
I'm
I
being
want you to
honest.
listen, because this is very important stuff. And if you don't hear it correctly, you do something to violate this court order, they're going to file additional charges against you. I'm entering in an order for protection for that 15-year-old child. She's now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Technical Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. Typically, this also comes with a residential restriction that you're not to go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. You understand? Okay. I'm entering this order now. We will try to figure out about how we go from here, but my only concern is the protection of this child. To me, nothing else matters.
She's protected.
I know that you're telling me one thing, but the evidence will show what it shows, and that's going to point to whose side is correct. So for now, I'm just going to have them reach out to see where the child is and how we go forward. So for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset, and then we'll just have you take a seat in the jury box, please. Okay?
So
This is where the courtroom energy completely shifts. Once a protective order involving a child comes into play, the judge's priority is no longer punishment, it's safety. These orders are serious. Violate one, and you're facing new criminal charges instantly. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Family cases like this are rarely black and white. So let me ask you, when it's parent versus child, who should the system believe first?
Judge, I met with the defendant with defense in the room.
Oh, okay.
I'll let defense.
Your Honor, I showed him some video of the alleged assault, I believe. Of course, I haven't gone through the state's discovery, but this, in my opinion, is a child out of control. She's on juvenile probation in Tarrant County, according to her mother. The complaint says that she caused bodily injury by grabbing her. I mean, the complaining witness has a statue. She's threatening to get a knife. She's bigger and stronger than my client. My client's called the police numerous times.
This is why we appoint. There's always two sides, right?
I think this is almost enabling the child. When the police come, the police saw all this, but they're so sick of going out there. They're like, we're somewhere.
But I don't understand why they wouldn't. If you see this, Michael, did you see it?
I saw the video, Judge. Based off of what I saw and what defense told me, I'm unopposed to removing the residency restriction, to not granting a MOAP at all. And to just
no more.
I wouldn't.
Okay, I mean, if that's what you think, I'll go with what you think.
Based off what they're telling me, Judge, and I did corroborate some of the information as well. We're just going to subpoena the CPS records to take a look.
Come up, Ms. Walker. Come up. So I guess the $25 million question is, how do you wrangle in a child who's out of control?
I've been doing everything in my power to love her, do everything to help her get some type of mental help. I've had her admitted to several programs. I've even contacted CPS myself personally, had them come out to the house. She got up and walked out on us. I've tried therapy. I've tried medication.
Hell hath no fury as a scorned 15-year-old. I tell you what, I mean, I remember I was 15. Oh, God. And I hope it doesn't. I mean, I know it's going to happen to me, but what's she on probation for?
Trying to stab her older sister, my other daughter.
And that's in Tarrant County.
In Tarrant County.
And a juvenile case.
Another felony.
Okay. So I'm at your disposal. I guess whatever you want, ma'am. I'll take off I won't do the order for protection. Just be careful, I won't put I'm not going to put any conditions either, I guess,
I would just say no threatening or harassing, Judge, if the court's inclined to do that. This is some sort of
how do you handle a 15-year-old?
How can you be a parent if, it's almost like you're disarmed and the child can do whatever she wants. And if you touch me, well, then you're going to jail, Mom.
Correct.
No, I mean, imagine that. The child will have unfettered access to.
And the arresting officer told her, if you feel triggered, you can leave and take a walk. Well, that walk turned into her being gone for 7 days.
My Lord. You can bring her here? She'll come here. I can try to talk to her.
Yeah.
Show her the jail. I don't know.
She's in the jail in Tarrant County already because she continues to violate.
Well, that's the juvenile detention. It's not the same thing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how worse juvenile detention is versus regular.
And she had an ankle monitor, but it was cut off.
It's not like the jail.
Really?
Yeah, they're in plain clothes. They're not in handcuffs. They have plenty of hours.
Really?
It's completely different.
It might as well be a playground.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like Dr. Phil where he sends them to the.
No.
Okay.
It's playground.
No.
I'm not going to put any. Just be careful. It's evident she's bringing you down too, and I'm so sorry for it. You're welcome to come. Bring her here. We'll try to help you out.
Yes.
If she'll listen to me, I'll try to talk to her or whatever you need. We're at your disposal.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You ever need funds for anything? Just let me know.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to appoint you someone, because there's always two sides, right? We get one side here, but a lot of times you don't get the other side, and a lot of times we take that for granted. And it's good to have another ear in, just so that we always know we get a complete picture, and it's just so important. So I'm sorry you're going through that, and I hope it gets better. If you keep loving, I got to imagine she's going to get better, really. Because I tell you, I was the same way. Hell on wheels, and if it weren't for my folks, holy moly, I don't know where I would be, really. So, okay, man. Thanks. So we've given you a lawyer. Just stay in touch with James. He'll tell you when to come back, what you need to do. I'll waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time to come into court. Just stay in touch, and then you guys work it out. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Best of luck to you.
So the protective order and the.
No conditions. No
conditions. Okay. Just hold on to it. But.
Yeah, we'll shred it. Just shred it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Just
collapse.
Your Honor, I'm here on Leo. Leo's the last name, Leo.
Terrence, he's here today, Your Honor. This was rolled over from yesterday. And, we have an issue on the PTI. We need to bring to the attention of the court. There was some violation. Yes, sir, he is here.
Come up, Mr. Leo.
No, there are some issues, violations. Mr. Nathan is PTI chief is willing to agree to extension of the PTI. He had just almost about to finish it when the violation occurred. But they're willing to agree to a 6-month extension. We're before the court today to request to see if the judge will agree and approve that 6-month extension on this PTI. Now let your staff here advise you on this violation.
A lot of it depends on how he was doing. Has he done anything? Has he done most of it? What are the hiccups? Is he continuing to use?
Yes, sir. In that regard, he is scheduled for 2 classes. One is being November 13th. What are the 2 dates?
November 13th, 15th, 6 p.m. to 9, and second class is on December 2nd, from 6 to 9. That's virtual.
So those are the 2 classes they had set him up for.
But what has he done?
He has to complete the DWI education course and the decision making. Those are the classes he's registered for.
Wow, he hadn't even done that, and it's.
So he's kind of financial hardship, so they're doing all of the programs in-house. His device has been in lockout since July. They've been drug testing him more frequently because of that. His last 5 drug tests were positive for marijuana.
You don't say. If I test you now, what are you going to test positive for? Really? Really? I'll send you right now. We'll see.
His last drug test was October 16th, and he was positive for marijuana. So they want to extend him for 6 months to allow him to complete the 2 classes in Iowa.
Joe, he hasn't done anything. All he's done is continue to smoke weed the whole time.
Your Honor, I did sit down before we approached, and he assured me that he had stopped. I told him talking to you and that you would test him, and I gave him the option because I was willing to speak with the DA too to see where they wanted to go with this and talk with the client as well about that. One of the things about the machine, he says, as you said, he's been out of a job, and the probation officer's working on him knows that. And that's why he hadn't been able to pay for the installation of the machine, which is no excuse.
But he has enough money to smoke weed. People spend money where they want to spend money, right? If you truly want to do something, there's always a way. So when someone is not working, it's because they choose not to work, not because they can't work. If you really wanted to work, you could. It's a matter of you just don't want to. And I get it. But don't come here asking for us to be lenient when you don't do anything. You've been in lockout since last July? You've been in lockout for an entire year. And Joe, if I send you for a test right now, what are you going to test positive for? Man.
I ain't been smoking the whole October.
Look,
just have no marijuana and nothing. I don't do no other drugs.
No, you're in a diversion program where the idea is you're supposed to stay clean. And when you do, the reward is that they dismiss your case. And if you do, you don't even have to do that much. All you got to do is 2 classes, right? And just stay out of trouble. And they dismissed the case. Joe.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, one of the opportunity that if
he's been in lockout for an entire year.
I was going to talk with the DA and see if there's another resolution of the situation and see what options he wanted me to check on that. If the court was not in, I explained to him 6 more months means he needs to be in compliance 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not, and he's not been in compliance at all for anything. I'm not inclined to do another 6-month reset for him to just do nothing for another 6 months. I mean, we're delaying the inevitable. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So you might as just
Yes, sir. Your Honor, we'll talk to him right now, and thank you for the opportunity to come before you.
Sure. Joe, I love you, man. And I'd say that of all the people that come here with violations, 99% we do. But you got to show that you want it, that you really have a willingness to do it.
Yes, sir.
And when you don't, really, I mean, the program is designed to reward people who faithfully work for it. And I get that there are hiccups in life, but when you do nothing, you've been in lockout for an entire year, you literally have done nothing for an entire year, and all you've done is continue to smoke weed the whole time. That shows us you don't care. So why would we care? You know? All right, you guys talk. Let me know what you want to do. You must either accept or we're going to set your case for trial today. Okay? All right, please.
I want to have one other one, Brenda Reese.
Sure.
The court had asked me to approach on this one. This is a client who's also working toward dismissal. He just needs one more reset in order to get the funds to pay for the driver's license. Which is the last
I mean,
part.
it's 140 days. If you need more time, of course.
Thank you, Your
Yeah, for sure. Whatever you need.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
We're ready to do that plea on Leo.
Okay, of course.
Mr. Leo?
Yeah, Mike did.
Mr. Michael, what was his last name again?
Leo was the last.
That's right.
Terrence Leo.
You know, Mr. Leo, you got into this program and may not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be in a year, but one day you're going to kick yourself for not making this work, because now this DWI will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And this is important because if you ever get pulled over in a car, first thing an officer does is they look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they come up and they smell weed on your car, they smell alcohol, what do you think they're going to do to you? Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more catch and release. Do you understand? So if you want to get lit, you want to have 52 beers, 32 joints, don't get into a car, because you do, there's going to be a lot to pay. Not only that, but there is a surcharge of around $3,000 in this case that you'll be responsible for. Not to mention the court cost, which is another $500 something. Yeah. When you get a DWI, it's really expensive. You get a second DWI, it's around $7,000 in fines and fees and surcharges. And if you don't pay it, you don't get a license. And you don't get a license until you pay it. So it will be in an indefinite suspension. Do you understand? DWI in Harris County, it's big business. Not only that, it's so dangerous, it's ridiculous. So how do they get you to recognize that? By hitting you where it hurts, in the pocketbook. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen or possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. Like I said, it'll be there forever. You can never come back and complain about this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 4 that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Looking for a job.
When was the last time you even had a full-time job?
Last time it's been like 4 months since I couldn't get Ubers back and forth because it was like 40 minutes away, so I couldn't afford the Uber. So they basically let me off because I couldn't show up. So I've been done 11 interviews. I've done a lot of applications as well. I've been just trying to find me a job.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You know, the idea in life is that you were young and you bust your ass when you're young so you don't end up 70 years old without a pot to piss in. Because I'm going to tell you, the older you get, the more difficult life gets. And if you don't have a pot to piss in when you're older, life will be all the more difficult. You work hard, you set yourself up now so that you have a future and that you have a nest egg when you're old, because you're not going to be young and vibrant forever. At some point, your knees start hurting, your back gives out, You get bald, you get fat, you get ugly, you smell bad, you get hair where you never know it even exists and start coming out. It doesn't get easier. And if you don't have money, this life will really suck for you. So you work hard now so that you have money in the future and take vacations. You buy nice cars. People divorce now because all they do is they fight and they fight about money. That's why half of this population is divorced because they ain't got no money. Do something with yourself, Mr. Leo. I will give you this now. I will roll your court costs and I will quash your otherwise $3,000 surcharge. But if you come back, look forward to HE double hockey sticks, if you catch my drift. If you understand, next time it's going to cost you big. Do something with your life. Don't be a wastoid like. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Joe. Well, you know, Leo, Mr. Leo, we want what's best for you. What you're doing now is you're doing nothing. And you will end up as a nothing. Just smoking weed all day. You got to stop. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
That monopoly
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
that wasn't
Not like
humor,
Dr.
that
Phil
was a
where he said
warning
to the-
shot.
No.
Judges almost never talk like
No.
this
I'm not
unless
going to
they're
put in,
drawing
just
a
be
hard
careful.
line.
You know,
What he's really
it's
saying
evident
is
she's bringing
the
you down
system
too. And
will not
I'm so
save you
sorry
twice.
for it. You know,
Miss Court again,
you're welcome
violate
to come
bond
bring her
once,
here.
and
We'll
the
try to help
sympathy
you out.
is gone.
Yes.
The
If she'll listen to
question
me, I'll try to
do
talk
you
to her
think
or whatever you
fear-based
need.
judging
We're at your
actually
disposal.
works,
You know,
or
Thank you.
does
I
it just
appreciate
push
that.
you ever
people
need
deeper
funds for
into
anything,
bad
just let me know.
decisions?
Any other conditions?
No firearms, weapons, ammunition,
That's it.
drugs and alcohol?
No, it's fine. Okay. All right, Corey.
Thank you. I almost made a joke.
When we were here last time, he ordered her to have the interlock installed on her vehicle. She is not driving the vehicle. It's not drivable. We just need to switch her to a portable
Oh, no.
and a no driver.
She has nothing. And it doesn't matter. We ordered you to have an interlock in a car. You haven't done anything and you're without any kind of devices whatsoever, right?
That was totaled and it's at my house right now. But I don't have I'm in a rental car that I'm not driving. So I don't have a car to put it in.
So you have no device.
That's correct.
You're not being monitored.
That's correct.
This is not a good thing, Miss Lynch, because I ordered you to have a device. And from what I understand here, you never even went and got it.
It's because she doesn't have a vehicle to put it on.
But you come back and you say, hey, judge, I don't have a vehicle. I need to do something else. You just don't, out of sight, out of mind. That's not the way things work.
Judge, for that violation as well, we instructed her in court and sent a message for her to report to 49 following court to get further instruction over everything so that we could figure out things from there, and she never reported.
Stephen, Miss Lynch, you haven't done anything. They've literally bent over backwards to help you and do stuff, and you haven't done anything.
I wanted to come in today.
The only reason you're here today is because I ordered you here
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
She goes with you.
Yes, sir.
Emailed, texted, call, nothing. You know,
I understand. Would you consider setting her a new bond or do you?
of course, 5,001. And then, you know, if she's unable to, then what's today, Friday, Monday, then we can talk. Okay?
It makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks. Ms. Simmons Urban, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am. Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a trespasser call at a business in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with a witness who stated the defendant was asked to leave the business but was refusing to leave. The officer walked over to the defendant and tried to inform her that if she refused to leave, she would be considered trespassing. The defendant would not listen and did not want to leave. The officer attempted to detain the defendant and place her in handcuffs, but the defendant kept pulling away, refusing to give the officer her hands. The defendant also braced her legs on the ground to prevent the officer from removing her, and the officer had to use a reasonable amount of force to place the defendant in handcuffs and remove her. The defendant braced her legs against the seat and door and prevented the officer from properly detaining her in the marked unit. And once in the unit, the defendant grabbed and pulled the officer's shirt, trying to pull herself out of the unit.
Okay, what store is this that she was in?
I have the address. I'll look to see if they have a store name listed.
Your Honor, ma'am, if I may speak.
Now's not the time. I mean, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you to prove guilt. You'll get the opportunity, I promise. Just now's not that time. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I don't have a job. I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
I got cardiac web, a hematoma, deteriorating spine, hole in my heart, pulled over ligaments, bilateral kidneys, asthma, cancer.
How do you support yourself?
Currently at this moment, I'm supposed to be receiving, I got my Social Security claim number, but they refused to give me my award letter. And also, I was currently supposed to be residing at Vermilion Apartments, and my contract, I guess, was switched.
I want to know about the case. I just want to know how do you eat? How do you get money?
I know.
I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. As a condition of your bond, don't go back to this place.
It appears to be a housing facility.
Okay. Do not go back to this place, ma'am.
So I can't go back to Houston Housing Authority.
Whatever this place where they were trying to trespass you from, don't go back, ma'am. I'll provide you a lawyer today and we'll talk about how we go forward, but I don't want it to be more bad blood and I don't want you to go back to jail. If you go back, they don't want you there.
That's police brutality.
There's got to be some other reasonable way that we work things out, and we'll try. But you got to give it time, let things cool down. If you go right back after this issue now, you're begging for trouble.
Well, my contract is supposed to be terminated on 11/30th, meaning I still have an active contract. So what am I supposed to be doing about that in regards to that? I mean, I have my paperwork to prove it.
I can't give you legal advice, but we'll have you talk to a lawyer and figure out how we go forward. Okay. Mm-hmm. For the time being, don't go back though.
Okay.
Please, because it's only begging for bad blood. Okay. Yeah. So I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then we'll just have you take a seat while we find your lawyer. Okay. Please.
Flores.
Invoke my constitutional and amendment rights as well as my civil and civil rights.
Okay to remain silent? Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay.
Is there a problem?
I honestly feel threatened by this courtroom.
And this is not the circus.
I'm not
a playroom. This is a court.
I'm very coherent and competent.
No one says you were incompetent, but you have bond conditions that you're supposed to live up to. And we've given you so much as we've also given you a lawyer, and you're supposed to treat everyone here with respect. And when you don't, there's serious consequences.
But is there a thing for self-representation? I know that is a third option as well.
Of course you can represent yourself. You can do open heart surgery on yourself too.
Well, I ask for fair representation in a speedy trial.
No one here does anything to hurt anyone. The only thing that we're concerned about here is public safety and that everybody gets treated fairly and with respect. That includes
life and safety against Harris County.
I don't know what to tell you about there, but you need to take that with whoever you feel threatened by. But here,
Harris County.
Here, we need to protect everybody in Harris County.
Me and my children.
We've given you a lawyer. I want you to treat him with respect. And I want you to treat our clerks with respect, our bailiffs, and us. I'm not asking for much. The only condition I put on you now is to not go back to the location where you were allegedly trespassed from. They don't want you there. So that's why I'm telling you now, don't go back. That's the only condition that we have.
In regards to my housing, which is my documentation right here, that should be submitted into my file. My stuff is supposed to be terminated on the 30th of this month, which I had probable cause to actually go and speak with Gary Baxter in regards to my housing contract. I also emailed informal hearing before November the 1st and haven't got a response back. So I had every reason to be at Houston Housing Authority.
You may have had a right to be there, but at some point, they're well within their right to say, look, we don't want you here anymore. You are creating a disturbance, so we would like you to leave.
Can y'all subpoena the cameras?
You can do whatever you want. You're going from here to here to here to here to here. Listen to what I'm saying and focus on this in the now. Don't start thinking of something in the future or something because you're not listening to what's happening now. You may have had a right to be there, but at some point you lost that because of the way you may have treated everyone and they didn't want you there anymore.
I'd like to file a hate crime against Harris County, the city of Houston.
Okay. You hear what I just said? What did I just say?
Oh, I can't go back to 2640 Fountain View Drive in regards to it being my property, but have an actual.
I believe so. It's the Houston Housing Authority.
Yeah, the Houston Housing Authority have an actual reasons to
That's
be there.
not to say you may send them an email. You could send them a fax. I don't know if that would include calling. As far as trespassing is concerned.
I can look into it, Judge. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was wrongfully evicted.
They can have an issue if she calls over there. That I don't know.
The notice here that is kind of the subject of this incident does give her multiple options: email, mail, fax, phone, and she did send those emails.
I don't know now with them telling her they don't want her back. How does that play into?
They haven't asked for a no contact order and there's no specific person, I would say.
Exactly.
Because she
no response back from my email.
She still has not been. She lives in. She has housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority, Judge, and it says her assistance will be terminated on the 30th. So I mean, this is where she lives of this month. So she's still got a couple more days to try to resolve whether she gets to continue, having housing assistance.
The only other thing, it's what's your last name again?
Simmons-Irvin, Ervin.
You're very passive aggressive in the way you come off.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a victim of Harris County.
That may be well.
And so are my children screaming.
That may be well right. But in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And when you go to these people and you act in such a manner that they think you may be threatening them, you're not going to get far. Listen,
retaliation.
Are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes if you tuck your tail, you may get a lot more in life. I'll give you an example. I got pulled over months ago. I know I was in the right, but the officer came up and he goes, "Why did you stop? Why didn't you stop at that stop sign?" I know I stopped. May have been for a second or two. I told the officer, "Listen, Simmons," I told the officer, "Look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I'm an idiot." He let me go. If I would have said to him, you a-hole, you're wrong. I didn't stop. I did what I was supposed to do. What do you think he would have done? He would have probably given me 5 tickets. But because I said, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. It was stupid for me to do that.
Well, when you're facing reverse psychology,
you get more with honey.
And they try to provoke you.
So what? Who cares? Be the bigger person. You're still going to get more. That's life. That's maturity. And when you tuck your tail, sometimes you get so much more, even if you're in the right and they're in the wrong. Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I also understand the indirect language it is in the Harris County Handbook dated 2021. And anybody that threatens and harasses me in it, I have every right to press charges.
Did you just hear anything that I just said?
I did. I understand. I won't be there, but I know that I had every right to be. So if I'm forced out on the
You
streets,
don't have every right to
it'd be
be.
because of the government.
You don't have every, I am telling you now, and I'm ordering you not to go back to this place.
I'm not going there, but I have every right to speak. So I guess I need to contact Washington or somebody in regards to my contract and things, because this is a government facility. And as it says your housing assistance will be terminated on 11/30/2024. I also have two different client numbers as well. One number is 582213 and another one is 251651. So I had every right in regards to speaking with Gary Baxter again, which is right here, Kenneth Coles, Gary Baxter. Also received an email to reinstate my housing, I guess, I don't know, from Gary Baxter in regards to all that. So I'm just confused, because if I'm forced out on the streets in regards to being homeless and they're trying to pass new laws, then just so hypothetically, of course, thrown back into Harris County against my will, where I was held for 6 months, which is a violation of my constitutional and amendment rights, then it's retaliation. Also, I was told to surrender my inheritance in the direct language while I was being attempted murder by Harris County.
Have you speak to Corey about everything. Just remember, be nice. You get a lot more when you're nice than when you start raising your voice and yelling.
I am a traumatized victim. So if y'all could please work with me in regards to that, because I am a victim of Harris County. I do have a VAWA, of Violence Against Women's Act. It is still in the residence portal and everything.
Simmons Irvin. If anyone ever treats you wrong, just tell me and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. In any way, any shape, form, fashion, whatever you know, I'll help you as much as I can. All you got to say is the word.
Also facing my children being, the child explicit cases.
Okay.
So let's just focus on just signing your
So
bond condition.
I'm going to have you sign the conditions. We'll have you stay with Corey. Just be nice. Hopefully you'll get your housing back if you're nice. That's it. All right. Please. Good morning.
Yes.
I want to let you both know that if you look on the TV, your lawyer is on the TV with you now, so that you're not alone. Both of you are charged with theft. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you. Okay.
Yes. On November 15th, 2024, officers were dispatched to Walmart in regard to a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the complainant, the asset protection officer, who stated he saw the defendant and co-defendant conceal items in the defendant's purse. The complainant advised that as defendant was concealing items, co-defendant was staying very close to shield her from others in order to prevent them from being seen and from others seeing what she was doing. Both then exited the store, passing all points of sale with items still in the defendant's purse. The complainant detained the two and recovered the stolen items. Total $112.31.
Okay. All right. Mr. Ochoa Gonzalez and Ms. Fresneda, I am finding that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. Tell me, what is your immigration status? Are you in this country with or without permission? Ma'am?
With permission?
What is your immigration status? Are you a citizen of the United States, sir? I don't know if you do or if you don't, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter to me. The only thing I'm going to advise you now is that if you have any problems with your immigration paperwork and you go to jail, immigration will put a detainer on you and you will sit in custody first until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration and you will sit there for another 6 to 9 months waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate these conditions. Do not pick up any more criminal cases. This is the only warning that you will get from me. I am now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart for any reason whatsoever. Do you understand?
Okay.
If I find that you go to Walmart and I don't care what your reason is, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Likewise, you pick up another criminal case, you will go to jail. Both of you have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Porras, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he comes back to me and tells me he cannot get a hold of you because you guys are playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. For now, I will have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you both take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Heed this warning. You will not get another one. Okay. Victor.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a date already?
Not yet, Judge.
January 28th through the 30th.
We can do the 28th.
Okay. Right, Judge, and then Marcos is approaching on page 2. Alonso Herrera.
Okay. Can you file those conditions, please, on both of those?
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Otherwise, ship it here. And Jenny helping out today.
Vic, say it
May I be
again?
excused, Your Honor?
Oh yeah, you got it. Have a great weekend, bud.
Appreciate it. You too, Judge.
ALO.
Alonso Herrera.
Thank you.
You, Ruben Alejandro Alonso Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
Sir, you're charged with failure to comply with duty, striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a failure to stop and give information. The complainant reported that his brother was standing outside when he heard a loud bang and saw a silver car striking the complainant's car, which had been parked in the street. The complainant and his brother immediately began pursuing the vehicle and observed it parked in front of a residence down the street. The complainant took photos of the defendant exiting the vehicle and going into the residence. When officers asked whether the defendant remembered striking the complainant's vehicle, the defendant stated, "I probably scraped by it, but nothing at all. It was dark out."
What's the value?
Let's see, Your Honor. Approximately $1,500.
Judge, I don't think a RIP has been done, so there's no estimate. We don't know what the real
Yeah, I
value
get
is.
it, but at least it needs to be over $200. That's why. Sir Alonso Herrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
No, Judge.
Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond until you have liability insurance and show us that you have liability insurance. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what you're doing. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, it's possible that I have a contempt hearing. And every time they prove to me that you're driving a vehicle, you can be facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Now you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adroga, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes,
Pick up a new case, violate any conditions. Likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. All right, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you Victoria sign a reset, and then you guys are good to go.
Hey, Judge, maybe.
Okay, pause right here. This is huge. Probable cause doesn't mean guilt. It means the judge believes there's enough evidence for this case to move forward. And notice something important. The defendant is 17 years old, but the consequences being explained, those are adult-level consequences. This is the exact moment where a small mistake starts turning into a life-altering record. Let me ask you, should courts go this hard on teenagers to scare them straight, or does it sometimes backfire?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Judge, page 1.
You, Miss Alasia Williams, Miss William, I'm sorry. Ma'am, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the driver of a vehicle not wearing his seatbelt, and the traffic stop was initiated. The motor vehicle was occupied by a front right passenger, the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle, and the driver stated there were no drugs or weapons in the motor vehicle. Prior to the motor vehicle search, the defendant stated she had a weapon inside the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted where the officer found a purse on the passenger seat containing a 9mm handgun and a bag containing a green leafy substance identified as marijuana based on training experience. The weight of the marijuana was 3.1 grams.
So there was a smell of.
There was an odor, yes, Your Honor.
So what happened with the driver?
I don't see a connected case for the driver, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am? What do you do for a living? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
A DJ, Your Honor.
Oh, you're a DJ. Okay. And where do you work?
I just take bookings, parties, events, weddings, family reunions.
Okay. No more marijuana, ma'am. As long as you can abide, then we'll be fine. How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
800.
On average, what do you say? What do you think?
In a week.
A month, on average. Are you able to afford a lawyer? You sure? Do you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? It's okay. Let me give you a lawyer, okay? Just don't get in any trouble, okay? All right. Do you mind giving her a lawyer, please? Or an application. I need you to fill out an application for me. Fill it out. And then I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find your lawyer, ma'am, okay? Please.
Judge, this is DWI PTI intervention. Ms. Harvey's been removed from the program. Harvey, yes, Judge.
I'm bringing him up.
Ms. Harvey.
Good morning, Mr. Horn. It's been a while.
I didn't have.
I was hoping you'd give me some good news.
Here we are, Judge.
Shh. What did she pick up? Don't. Stephen, do you have a room back there?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. You picked up a new case while you're on bond. We have one thing that we do when people pick up new cases, right? I have to revoke her bond. Sorry, ma'am. She goes with you.
Judge, if we could talk about right now.
Sure.
Judge, we'd ask for a $500 bond. Judge, this is she was on the program for it looks like about 8 months. I don't know if there was any other violations. I just been on this case for 24 hours. But I know the new law violations triggering what we're triggering. But I believe she was in compliance on the DWI program. She was in compliance up to this new law violation. So
is that right?
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean she was, but now they've I'll set the bond at 2501. Okay. But understand it's now time to decide what we need to do.
That's great.
If she wanted to do something today.
Judge, I'm just retained. Let me get her bond out. Yeah, Judge, may I have 6 weeks?
Oh, 6 weeks is the max I'll give you. It's 520 days old. I'll give you 30, but at that time, and if she gets out, she needs to come here immediately for bond conditions because I'm putting an ankle monitor on her as far as like, what does she have now?
as part of the program, Judge.
Do we need to redo bond conditions?
She still has, Judge.
Has. Okay, she has to remain in compliance, and you need to advise her that she got to remain in compliance with that. If that goes out, the bond is.
That's correct, Judge. I advise her upon initial consultation.
So here's the deal. She's going to auto-populate on Monday. Well, I bet she's going to bond out.
Yes, Judge.
So she'll be back here within the next 7 days. And then I guess we'll come back at that time, give you a little bit more time for you guys to decide what you want to do. But after that, it's plea or trial. Okay, Mr. Horn.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks.
Just to let you know, I didn't tell you earlier, there was a topic.
Give me good news.
Joshua Jones.
Oh.
So he's here for a PTI violation. He has picked up new cases.
Come up, Joshua Jones.
I was just going to ask you if we could withdraw. He's nearly a year past due. He owes us over $2,000. We don't want to get on the new case. Allow him some time to hire an attorney that can handle.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine. And so I will have to appoint him someone, Mr. Jones, let me express my disappointment with you. You were was he in the PTI program?
To my knowledge, he had a previous
Or in the
attorney.
intervention program for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You now face another 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one.
Yes, Judge. On November 17th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a person down call at the 15,000 block Intercontinental Road. And upon contact, the officer made contact with a witness who advised he observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat of his motor vehicle. Despite the witness's attempts to wake the defendant did not wake up, and the witness turned the defendant's vehicle off in order to maintain his safety. The officer observed the defendant asleep in the driver's seat of the motor vehicle and also had unsuccessful attempts at waking up the defendant. When the defendant finally woke up after the officer made physical contact with him, the officer observed an unholstered black pistol in the driver's door and 2 half-consumed alcoholic beverages inside the truck.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Judge. And standard field sobriety tests were refused. GIC was read and the defendant consented to breath and blood. Blood was drawn due to the defendant being unable to give 2 breath samples.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now finding that you're a complete and utter danger to the public, and I am taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive, and I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is if I find that you drive. I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Because of the nature of the case, because you have an open container, 2 open containers with the DWI, I'm now revoking both of your bonds and I'm going to set them at $25,000 each. Do you understand? He goes with you. I'll sign your motion to withdraw.
She's just scared.
Come on around.
At the front, it was there from the case.
You, Zader Yanez.
Sir.
Mr. Yanez, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a theft at a Home Depot in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with the complainant. The complainant observed the defendants enter the store, they observed the defendant walk into the store, walk to a hardware department, and approach a high-dollar Milwaukee hammer drill. The defendant, Yanez, selected one drill off the shelf and proceeded walking around the hardware department. The defendant handed the drill to the co-defendant and both proceeded to the plumbing section. The defendant opened the drill box, removed the drill from the box, and helped conceal the drill into the co-defendant's purse. The defendant discarded the empty box and both proceeded towards the front of the store. Both defendants passed all points of sale without paying. The total was $199.
Okay. Mr. Yanez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Home Depot whatsoever. Do you understand? If I find that you go, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
25.
What do you do for a living?
Distribution clerk.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
What kind of money you make?
What kind of money I'm making? 17 an hour.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. You're also not to have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? You violate any of these conditions, you pick up a new case, I'm going to keep you with me, and it's not going to go well for you. You understand? Okay. All right, come on.
Page 1, Adams.
How many bonds have we given or reinstated for Mr. Adams here?
So 3 in total, 1 GOP, 1 reinstatement,
And now he gets another PR bond?
No, this one was issued with this last one.
Do you have a lawyer today, Mr. Adams?
No, sir.
Your case is 1,258 days old. It is time to put this baby to bed. Take a seat for me. Vic, do you mind appointing him a lawyer, please?
Okay.
Do something today.
Next up is page 2. Arvalo. Maryland.
Ms. Aravalo, you were how old are you, man?
20.